the WNBA All-Star voting.
Caitlin Clark, the only WNBA player receiving over 500,000 fan votes.
Caitlin Clark is number one.
Caitlin Clark is number one in All-Star fan voting.
Angel Reese is 13th in All-Star voting, lads. It is just, again, the Caitlin Clark effect.
Caitlin Clark just shattered the WNBA All-Star vote. Over 500,000 votes and counting. The only player to hit that number.
Caitlin Clark is leading the All-Star vote.
Caitlin Clark, number one, absolutely no surprise. The biggest, the best, the most noticeable, the face.
Meanwhile, Angel Reese, all the way down at 13th.
Angel saga was over, bro.
If you believe Caitlin is the true number one, drop number one in the comments right now. This isn't just a vote, it's a statement. Let's break it all down.
We saw the Caitlin Clark effect last season. We saw the influx of millions of new fans, billions of dollars in revenue that came to the WNBA and that was supposed to come to the WNBA this season.
Caitlin Clark is not just a rookie anymore. She's the undisputed face of the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark's leading, and we've got 4 Indiana Fever players in the top 10.
And now the All-Star voting proves it beyond any doubt. Over 515,000 votes in the first round.
Caitlin Clark is number one in All-Star fan voting. Clark has 515,993 votes.
That's not just the highest this year. It's a record-shattering number in WNBA history. No other player even came close. The second highest, Nneka Ogwumike, trails by nearly 30,000, and stars like Aja Wilson and Breanna Stewart are far behind. As for Angel Reese, she's sitting all the way back at 13th.
Angel Reese at 13 when it comes to WNBA fan voting. Angel Reese and the Reese's Pieces.
We'll get to that later. But what makes this even more impressive is that Caitlin Clark isn't riding on legacy or old fandom. She built this wave this season. Her arrival didn't just energize Indiana, it's lifted the entire league. The Indiana Fever now have 4 players in the top 10 for All-Star voting.
Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, the Fever 4 sitting in the top 10.
Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and even Lexi Hull, who comes off the bench. Why? Because of Caitlin. She has completely flipped the script.
The Indiana Fever fans, every time they have a chance to show up, they show out. Every time they have an opportunity to support, not only do they support, they go above and beyond.
Just 1 year ago, the All-Star fan voting numbers were laughable. The top vote getter barely crossed 200,000. But now, Clark alone brought in over 500,000.
Caitlin Clark, 500,000.
And it's only the first wave of voting. The fan engagement she generates is unmatched.
If you had any questions about the face of the WNBA, look at that graphic right there. That's called the face of the league.
From jersey sales to record-breaking ticket demand, every time she steps on the court, arenas are packed, cameras are rolling, and fans are voting.
Clark garnered 515,993 votes over the first week of fan voting. She's the only player to eclipse 500,000.
It's not just buzz, it's action. Her supporters don't just talk, they show up and deliver every single time. This isn't about a social media following, it's about impact. Caitlin Clark's presence has become a movement.
Fam, you literally have 5 players looking like they're going to be in the All-Star game. Check this out. You got Caitlin Clark right here. Aaliyah Boston right here, right? We'll go down a tad bit. Kelsey Mitchell. Go down a little bit. Lexi Hull. That's 4. That's 4 already. And then at 16, you have Natasha Howard, fam.
She's brought millions of new fans to the WNBA, fans who are deeply involved and ready to vote, spend, and support. And that's what separates her. While others may have hype, Caitlin has real results, both on and off the court. Let's talk about the other headline. And for some, the shock of the voting results. Angel Reese, who was hyped as one of the most popular players in the league, the Bayou Barbie, the media darling, the name constantly trending online, is sitting at 13 in All-Star voting. Not 3rd, not 5th.
My biggest shock is that Angel Reese is 13. That's my biggest shock because she was like, what, 4th or 5th last year? She was like 4th or 5th. My biggest shock is that she's 13th.
13th. That's not just a dip. That's a free fall.
Angel Reese is 13th in All-Star voting, lads. She is 13th in All-Star voting. 13th. Like, she's not even... Like, even Angels fans won't vote for her. She's 13th. She is behind Lexi Hull in All-Star voting.
And no, this isn't about haters or media narratives. This is the raw data. Angel received around 173,000 votes, barely a third of what Caitlin Clark pulled in. And she's been leapfrogged by rookies and bench players like Lexi Hull and Kiki Aruffin, names that didn't even crack conversations last season. So what happened? The reality is simple. Angel Reese's fan base is loud, but not active. They'll go viral on Twitter. They'll push hashtags. They'll make a scene in comment sections. But when it's time to show up, time to vote, they disappear.
Angel Reese at 13 when it comes to WNBA fan voting. Angel Reese and the Reese's Pieces, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, the Fever 4 sitting in the top 10. The Indiana Fever fans, every time they have a chance to show up, they show out. Every time they have an opportunity to support, not only do they support, they go above and beyond. Caitlin Clark, 500,000. If you had any questions about the face of the WNBA, look at that graphic right there. That's called the face of the league.
Clark garnered 515,993 votes over the first week of fan voting. She's the only player to eclipse 500,000.
Let's be real. This is a fan vote. All it takes is a few clicks. No media bias, no WNBA politics, just fans supporting who they actually care about.
Caitlin Clark is number 1 with 515,000 All-Star votes, bro. But guys, I'm here to tell you, Angel Reese has fallen all the way down to 173,000 votes. Angel saga was over, bro.
So what does it say that Angel's own followers couldn't even push her into the top 10? Meanwhile, players with smaller social media presence, like Kiki Aruffin, are soaring past her. You know why? Because basketball fans, real fans, are voting based on what they see on the court. And that's where Angel's 2025 season is struggling. Yes, she's a strong rebounder, no doubt, but overall, her performance has been underwhelming.
We saw the Caitlin Clark effect last season. We saw the influx of millions of new fans, billions of dollars in revenue that came to the WNBA, and that was supposed to come to the WNBA this season.
You can't win a game without Caitlin Clark.
She's already starting on fire, man. She's ready to go. Look, jersey lifted up. Oh, throwing the jersey. Swing it around your head like a helicopter, then leaves the building. All right.
She's averaging around 11 points per game, with a shooting percentage hovering in the low 30s. Her team, the Chicago Sky, is near the bottom of the standings, and her impact in key moments has been inconsistent. Compare that to someone like Caitlin Clark, who's running the Fever offense, dishing assists, hitting logo threes, and dragging her team into playoff contention.
Caitlin Clark has 4 times as many All-Star votes. More than 3 times, almost 4 times as many votes, 3.5 times as many votes as Angel Reese. So,
or to players like Nneka Ogwumike, Aja Wilson, or even Aaliyah Boston, all of whom are producing at a high level and leading their teams. Even Paige Buchers, who hasn't played a full WNBA season, ranked higher in voting than Angel Reese. That's how wide the gap is. The truth is, Angel Reese is losing her grip on the narrative. The popularity she rode in on after LSU is fading, and the WNBA fan base, particularly the ones showing up to games and casting votes, have moved on to players who deliver. Some might say, wait, it's just early voting. But let's be honest, Caitlin fans were ready the second voting opened.
it is mad where it's like, if you just, like, all you have to do is just be friends with Caitlin Clark or play on Caitlin Clark's team and you're going to have more voters.
They've been submitting ballots daily. Fever supporters created tutorials, links, reminders. They're treating it like a movement. Meanwhile, Reese fans were tweeting, wait, when does voting start? A full week after it already began. That's not hate, that's fact. Even the WNBA coaches and media may struggle to justify pushing Angel into the All-Star team.
But yeah, Angel Reese has been on my ballot along with Aaliyah Boston, along with Nafisa Collier, along with Asia Wilson, along with Kiki Iriafin, along with Jonquil Jones.
Based on performance. If she makes it now, it'll be a gift, not a demand from the fans. In 2024, she was a breakout rookie and a fresh face. In 2025, she's just another player, and the All-Star numbers prove it. The spotlight's shifting, the hype train has new passengers. And for Angel Reese, the question isn't whether she's a star, it's whether she's still relevant.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball, period.
To truly understand what Caitlin Clark is doing right now, we need to step back and look at the bigger picture. Because this isn't just about leading All-Star votes. This is about reshaping the WNBA from the ground up. When Caitlin Clark entered the league, many expected excitement. Some expected ratings. But what no one could have predicted, not the league, not the media, not even her biggest supporters, was the complete transformation of the sport within just a few months. Let's start with the numbers. In 2023, the WNBA's All-Star vote leader had just over 217,000 votes midway through the campaign. That was considered impressive. The league celebrated that as growth. Now in 2025, Caitlin Clark alone has 515,993 votes, more than double the previous record and more than the next two players combined.
The WNBA All-Star voting.
Caitlin Clark, the only WNBA player receiving over 500,000 fan votes.
Caitlin Clark is number one.
Caitlin Clark is number one in All-Star fan voting.
Angel Reese is 13th in All-Star voting, lads. It is just, again, the Caitlin Clark effect.
That's not a spike. That's a seismic shift. But it's not just voting. It's attendance, too. The Indiana Fever, who had one of the worst attendance records in previous years, are now playing in sold-out arenas across the country. Not just at home, but everywhere they go. Whether it's New York, Chicago, or Las Vegas, if Caitlin Clark is in town, tickets sell out. Secondary market prices skyrocket. Fans wear Clark jerseys even in enemy territory. This isn't normal WNBA behavior.
We saw the Caitlin Clark effect last season. We saw the influx of millions of new fans, billions of dollars in revenue that came to the WNBA, and that was supposed to come to the WNBA this season.
You can't win a game without Caitlin Clark.
She's already starting on fire, man. She's ready to go. Look, jersey lifted up. Oh, throwing the jersey. Swing it around your head like a helicopter, then leaves the building. All right.
This is superstar level pull on par with what LeBron or Steph Curry does in the NBA. Then there's broadcast impact. Caitlin Clark's games are routinely breaking viewership records, not just for the Fever, but for the entire league. When she plays, ESPN, ABC, and even local markets see dramatic spikes in viewership, often outperforming MLB or NHL broadcasts happening at the same time. This is what sports execs call a franchise changer, but in this case, she's not changing a franchise. She's changing the league itself. And the ripple effect, it's massive. Players around her are benefiting big time.
Kelsey Mitchell, just so y'all see I'm not biased. If you're going to go with those players, Jackie Young has to be on there. Skylar Diggins has to be on there, man. These players have been tremendous for their teams.
Let's take Lexi Hull, a solid bench player last season. Now, she's in the top 10 of All-Star voting. Why? Because she's on the court with Caitlin Clark. That visibility, that spotlight, it's shining on everyone around her. Same goes for Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and even rookies like Kiki Iriafin. These are quality players, but their national attention level would never have reached this peak without the Clark halo effect. Think about it. There are all-star candidates this year getting more fan votes than MVP caliber players from powerhouse teams.
Caitlin Clark always show love to her fans.
So, we're going on vacation to Las Vegas, and we are going to go see Caitlin Clark
at the Indiana Fever against the Aces.
No way!
We already have tickets.
Really?
Really?
Thank you.
Row A, no one in front of us, but we're the very top level. That's all we can do.
Simply because they share the floor with Caitlin Clark. That's not luck. That's a fan base in motion. Caitlin doesn't just bring fans, she brings fans who engage. They don't just watch the games, they buy the jerseys. They retweet the highlights. And most importantly, they vote. In marketing, this is called conversion. And Caitlin Clark's conversion rate is off the charts.
Caitlin Clark and it'd be Collier picking teams.
It's no longer enough to just be popular or have a viral clip. The WNBA is learning that real popularity is measured in action, and Caitlin's fans act. That's why she's at the top, not just in all-star votes, but in merch sales, viewership, and cultural relevance. Even league executives are noticing.
Caitlin Clark always show love to her fans.
We saw the Caitlin Clark effect last season. We saw the influx of millions of new fans, billions of dollars in revenue that came to the WNBA, and that was supposed to come to the WNBA this season.
You can't win a game without Caitlin Clark.
She's already starting on fire, man. She's ready to go. Look, jersey lifted up. Oh, throwing the jersey. Swing it around your head like a helicopter, then leaves the building. All right.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball, period.
Sponsors are flocking. Nike released a signature shoe faster than for any rookie before her. Media companies are reshuffling their schedules to prioritize Fever games. Talk shows and news outlets that never touched the WNBA before are now leading with Clark headlines. And let's be honest, this kind of wave doesn't come often. The WNBA has had legends, Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Candace Parker, all of them icons. But what Caitlin Clark brings is something the league has never seen before. A college-level fan army that's growing into a pro-level powerhouse.
Look at the monstrous jump from when we look at 2025, they doubled as well. The growth, the eyeballs that Caitlin Clark has brought to this league. But thanks to Caitlin Clark's arrival, the numbers are now looking much, much, much more respectable.
She's not just dominating All-Star voting. She's changing what the All-Star game even means. For the first time, the WNBA All-Star Game is generating real buzz, not because of where it's hosted, but because of who will be captaining the teams. Yes, it's already being reported. Caitlin Clark is likely to be one of the team captains and possibly the top overall vote getter in WNBA history. That means Clark won't just play, she'll draft her squad. She'll be front and center, nationally televised, representing the league to millions of new viewers tuning in just to see her. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't about one player having a great season. It's about one player pulling the WNBA into a new era, and it's just getting started.
We saw the Caitlin Clark effect last season. We saw the influx of millions of new fans, billions of dollars in revenue that came to the WNBA, and that was supposed to come to the WNBA this season.
You can't win a game without Caitlin Clark.
So there you have it. The numbers are in, and Caitlin Clark isn't just winning. She's redefining the game, from crushing all-star voting to elevating her teammates, boosting attendance, and breaking viewership records. This is no longer a debate. Caitlin Clark isn't just the face of the Indiana Fever. She's the face of the entire WNBA. And while other names might still get media hype, the fans have spoken. Angel Reese, nowhere near the top. The so-called second most popular player in the league just got left in the dust. Not by the media, not by politics, but by reality. This all-star race is a reflection of what's really happening in the league. And right now, it's Clark's world.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball, period.
Caitlin Clark always show love to her fans.
We saw the Caitlin Clark effect last season. We saw the influx of millions of new fans, billions of dollars in revenue that came to the WNBA, and that was supposed to come to the WNBA this season.
You can't win a game without Caitlin Clark.
She's already starting on fire, man. She's ready to go. Look, jersey lifted up. Oh, throwing the jersey. Swing it around your head like a helicopter, then leaves the building. All right.
Everyone else is just trying to catch up. If you believe Caitlin Clark is #1 for a reason, drop #1 in the comments. Let's flood this video with support for the real star of the league. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and because Caitlin's journey is far from over. The All-Star Game is just one milestone, and we'll be here every step of the way. This is WNBA Verse, and we'll see you in the next one.